Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are a new subscriber, welcome, and thank you for joining my beautiful family. If you are a returning supporter, a regular, a day one, welcome back honey, and thank you for tuning in. And if you're not subscribed, you might as well click the subscribe button right now and the notifications bell so you're notified every single time I put up a new upload. So in today's video, as you guys can see by the title, I'm going to be teaching you tips and tricks on how to achieve a very quick and easy cut crease. I'm going to be calling it the 10-minute cut crease. This video is in collaboration with Inglot. Shout out and thank you so much for the support and the love. As you guys know, I am part of the Edgar's Beauty Squad, so any product mentioned here today you guys can find at Edgar's. So if you are interested to find out how to create a simple cut crease and how to put together the perfect color scheme, then you can keep on watching. Okay, so first and foremost, to start off, you're going to need about 6 brushes. You probably need less, but I always rather have more than less because some brushes you just might need to go in and clean up or do a little bit of extra blending, and it's very important to have clean brushes on hand. That way you're not sort of adding on more product or color onto an eye that could already have the perfect amounts of product. For example, especially if you don't intend to deepen it, then there's no reason for you to be going in with a dirty brush. So over here we have 2 of the same brushes. These are the Morphe M44, and I'm going to be using these 2 for blending, mainly the cut crease area in the outer corner. This is a thinner, narrower, fluffy blending brush, and this is the M513. This is also from Morphe. This is also going to be part of the blending process. Then we have the Crown Brush SS021 Deluxe Blending Buffing Brush. This is going to be perfect for tapping off any excess concealer. Then we have a concealer brush. This is what we're going to be using to cut the crease, and this is from Wet n Wild. And then last but not least, we have a flat fluffy dome brush, which is going to help us apply the shimmery shade. So these are the 6 brushes that you're going to be needing. So in terms of the eyeshadow today, Inglot did send me some beautiful single eyeshadow pots, which is part of their Freedom System collection. Now the one thing that I like about the Freedom System is that it gives you freedom to create your own palettes. So they have blushes under the Freedom System, they have highlighter, trios, they have various eyeshadow shades. So you can go into Inglot and pick based on what shades you feel are suitable for you, your skin tone, basically anything that you'll be able to work with, and sort of compile your ideal palette. Be it a palette that consists of 3 shades, 6 shades, 15, 20, 25, 30, however many eyeshadows you feel like you will need, you can compile that based off the availability of product and the variety at Inglot. So they sent me a lovely collection of deep purples, medium, some indigo colors. So these ones I think are one and the same, like what you find here, you find here, except for the very pale one at the bottom. So this is what I'll be mainly working with to create the crease today. And then there's this beautiful shimmery shade over here, which will be our other color that we'll be working with today. We have sheer highlighter over here. And the one thing I always tell you guys is if something's quality is worth it, and I always have to commend Inglot on having an amazing amount of pigment. So this is the highlighter trio as well as the beautiful lavender shade that we'll be using for the cut crease. I also have a stunning blush over here, which is also from Inglot. These are all part of the Freedom System. These are all products that you could use to create your ideal palette. Now I think this is something that could be a huge advantage for makeup artists, because then you sort of decide what it is that you want to use on your clients. And I very often find that eyeshadow palettes can sometimes be extremely repetitive, having the similar shades, similar kind of product. So if you have the freedom to create your own, then why not? So yeah, anyway, let's get into it. I've already done my base, I've already highlighted the contour of my face, and now I'm going to go straight in with the eyeshadow. I'm first going to apply some baking powder under my eyes. This is a very important step if you work on your face first and then your eyes last. You want to make sure that there is some loose powder there that will help catch any eyeshadow fallout, which happens. So I'm first going to grab my eyeshadow brush and I'm going to go into the Inglot Freedom System in the shade 290, which is a beautiful purple over here, and I'm going to work this into my crease using the Morphe M441. And you want to be very gentle while blending this in and sort of use like a circular motion. And the one thing that I always say is rather start with very little product and build up. So don't be afraid to keep on tapping into the eyeshadow no matter how many times, rather that than have too much product on your brush when you start out and sort of regret how much you've gone in with. When you're picking a transition color, you sort of want to pick something that is not darker than what you'll be using on your outer corner if you're creating a semi-cut crease, but definitely not lighter than something you'll be using on your actual cut crease. So a shade in between that complements the two. And that's really how you work around the color scheme of your cut crease. Shades that sort of complement one another, possibly have similar undertones. But you know what, I always say that there's no rules when it comes to makeup. You sort of see what works for you, what you're comfortable with. So as you guys can see, beautifully blended, and I'm intensifying as I go along. But the one thing I'm always focusing on is in my crease. And those who do not know what a crease is, it is this dip right over here between your brow bone and your eyeball. So there's this dip right here, that is your crease. So now that I'm done blending in my transition color, I'm now going to go in with an eyeshadow base, preferably one that is an extremely light shade, almost tinted like a concealer. I'm going in with my P. Louise base in the shade number Rumor 05, which looks like this. These you can order online, they do ship to SA. Otherwise, you can honestly just use a concealer from any of your favorite brands. I do recommend that you use a concealer that has a slightly thickish consistency rather than one that has an extremely thin and liquid, because you want to make sure that the product stays in place and it does not run. I am going to identify where I'll be cutting the crease. So if you are someone with hooded eyes, I would recommend that you place your concealer here, look up, and wherever it touches, as you can see, that's where you know where your cut crease should end. Nothing lower than that, because what you do not want is to cut your crease too low and then the shimmery shade transfers to your lid. That's not going to look cute at all. So you need to make sure that you give enough room for your products not to disturb one another. And the reason why, I don't know if you guys have noticed, most of the time when makeup artists cut their crease, or beauty bloggers, they always go in for an extremely light concealer shade, only because this is something that will really help the product that you're going to place on top pop. You don't want something that is extremely dark and then it's going to make your cut crease shade look dull and dark as well. And then once you are done cutting your crease, you want to tap off any excess. This is where brush number 3 comes in. You want to tap off any excess concealer, because if you're going to work on top of too much product, your cut crease is going to start creasing, and that's not supposed to happen. So I'm just going in with a clean, flattish, buffing dome brush. And another thing you can also just do is blend it out nicely here at the end, so there is no harsh line when you decide to go in with your darker color to deepen your outer corners. Now going in with the Inglot eyeshadow in the shade number 48, I'm going to focus this on exactly where we cut our crease, where the concealer sits. As you guys can see, this is a flat dome brush, and this is perfect for the step that we are doing right over here. And I always say, when you're doing a cut crease, or if you're working anywhere on your lids or anything that requires your eyes to almost be closed, you want to place your mirror pretty low and work that way, because if it's up here, then you don't really have enough room to move around and work properly. And now we are going to go in with the Morphe M513 brush, which is the narrow eyeshadow blending brush that looks like this. And we're going to be using this with the eyeshadow in the shade 297 from Inglot, which is the deepest shade in today's look. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deep purple. And what I'm going to be doing, as you guys can see, I'm just going to be tapping this at first into the outer corner like so. Tapping motion is always best before you start blending, because you want to make sure that whatever product that you've picked up on the brush, you sort of place it properly before you distribute it on your eye. You don't want to be moving the shadow too much and sort of lose focus of where you initially wanted to place it. Placement is extremely important. So as you can see, we are focusing that on the outer corners. So now you want to pick up your clean brush, which is the M441 from Morphe, and this is where it comes in, because as you can see, once you've placed your dark shadow, you might have a bit of a line over there. If you don't mind it, then you don't have to follow this step, but I like to always just, you know, blend a little bit because I don't want it to look too, you know, I don't like having too many lines in my eyeshadow. I sort of like them to blend into nothing. I feel like the only harsh line that I should have is really just my cut crease. So now that we're done with the beautiful lids, and this is basically what your cut crease should look like, obviously depending on your lid size and how high you place it or how low you place it. In terms of blending, you need to blend like this, okay? So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to dust off the powder that was meant to cap all the fallout. Actually guys, you do need one more brush, so you need a brush number 7, and this is what I'm going to be using to smoke out the lower lash line. The eyeshadow I'll be going in with is this beautiful one over here, which is the shade 290. This is what we did use in the crease. I'm going to be focusing this on the lower lash line. So the next step in our routine is mascara. I'm going in with the Inglot Long Form Mascara in the shade UK19, which is jet black. And I'm going to be focusing this on my upper lash line as well as my lower, because you just want to make sure, ooh, this looks good. Just want to make sure that your lashes have mascara on them so that they can blend in well with your falsies. So I'm back and I'm done with my eyes. I know you guys are probably wondering, haven't we done something like this on this channel before? Well, we have done something similar, but firstly, the cut crease was a matte pale pink, and secondly, the focus of the video was not eyes, it was definitely skin, because I was reviewing the Revlon Candid collection. So hopefully you guys take a bit more from this video in terms of eyes, because the focal point is eyes. If you guys are wondering which lashes I'm wearing, these are from Sphinx Beauty and they are in the Make Candy. Absolutely love their lashes. So I'm first gonna go in with some blush just to warm up the face, and you already know what it is. Add a little bit of dimension, honey. Being the blush girl I am, this is a step that I absolutely love and adore, and I'm going to try my best not to go in too hard today, okay? And then the next step I'm gonna go in with is the highlighting Freedom System from Inglot in the shade 104, and this is the highlighting trio, which is absolutely stunning. I'm going to focus the extremely light shade on the highest points of my face, like so. So I'm also gonna go in with a little bit of my Inglot Jennifer Lopez collab highlighter in the shade Living the Highlight, because I really just want to bring in a lot of sparkle on my cheeks. So on my lips today, I'm going to be using Inglot Lip Pencil Crayon in the shade number 33. And it is a beautiful purple color like that. And I'm going to be mixing it with my Inglot HD Liquid Matte Lipstick, the very pale nude pink that you guys all know, but Mihlali always happens to forget the shade. The shade will be down below. So I was a little bit concerned in the eye contrast versus the lip, but you know what, to be quite honest, it doesn't look too bad. What I could do is try and deepen the outer part of the lip with the purple again. It's like that. Ay, shining damasa. Is it? I feel like I mixed like 4 different lippies. So I first went in with the lip crayon from Inglot. Then I went in with the liquid matte. Then I went in with this Givenchy lip gloss in the shade 09 that you can also get at ENQUIRIES. And then I topped it off with a bit of a nude lip gloss from Revlon. All these products are available at ENQUIRIES. So that is it for today's video, my loves. I really hope this helps you guys understand a few tips and tricks on how to quickly achieve a cut crease and sort of get more information on the essential utensils or products or tools needed, I should say. If you guys want to get any product information, check down below in the description box. If you guys want to get some information on this hair, darling, it is from Ewan's Hair. This is the box. I will also leave the details as well as the link where to purchase the hair down below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. If you guys do decide to go shop some Inglot Freedom System eyeshadows, then please do tag me on the gram. I'd love to see the vibrant colors that you guys are able to put together, as well as the tips and tricks that you guys learned from this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay blessed and beautiful. Mwah.